You're listening to a Mutiny Transmission.
You can find more podcasts, videos, books, comics, and records online at mutinyinfocafe.com.
Or just stop in the store in Denver and have a coffee sometime.
Come back to me. All right, we're in.
Thank you. Hi.
Well, all right then.
Welcome to the motherfucking podcast.
Yeah, here we are.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm being told to hold on.
By who?
By Michael.
Where's he at?
Interrupting, restart. So, because I don't want to interrupt you when I go. So when you're done, obviously go there, stop recording, off.
Okay.
You'll see the off on button.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll take care of it tomorrow morning and I'll send it to you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank
I
you, baby.
appreciate you.
Love you.
That's
I saw your butt.
That's Michael Peterson.
He's not started yet. You probably.
Oh
see
no,
the-
he's going. He
you
was
probably-
just coming to let us
You
know.
probably see the red light.
No. We're back in.
Oh, we're back in.
Yeah, we're back in. He started it. He was just coming to let us know so that it didn't get fucked up when we left.
Well, hi.
Hi,
everybody.
How's it going? You're
we
watching.
we may or may not have this video.
I think we're gonna have it. I trust Michael to come out. We're going to be doing this episode. If you're listening to the audio on iTunes, which is currently the only place we have it, I know all 6 of you have already gotten it on iTunes. But there's also a video version of this podcast available on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/MFRuckUS This is the motherfucking podcast. This is the official fan cast and just general music, fun, party, good time cast of the band motherfucking Ruckus. I'm Aaron Howell.
And I'm Tony Lee.
And this is episode 16.
The Sweet 16.
Sweet 16. And we decided for the Sweet 16 episode, we're going to have a Sweet 16 party.
Yeah.
I wish we'd thought about this before because I
Yeah.
totally would have gotten like pretty dresses for us to wear. And we could have gotten, Tony, perms. We could have gotten our hair crimped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
In
would've
fact,
been nice.
John Skibicki, Gene Skibbons, can you put together a graphic of Tony and I with our faces plastered on kids with like really badass perms, like crimp perms that people used to have in the 90s, and we'll have ourselves a Sweet 16 party
Let's not.
with like beautiful pigtails and like a pretty neon dress that like hangs off the shoulder a little bit.
We can just talk about all things that are sweet.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is, in response to the ongoing, never-ending torrent of shit that is going on across the globe at any given time, we are going to only talk about things on this episode that are fucking sweet.
Hell
so,
yeah.
welcome to the motherfucking Sweet 16 party.
Man, you know what's sweet?
What is sweet?
Gibson Guitars.
Gibson guitars are pretty sweet. What do you think about
You know what else is sweet?
What else is sweet?
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces are sweet. Let's take one at a time, though, here. So with the Gibson Guitars thing, what do you think about the end of Gibson Guitars? Is that a thing?
It's supposed to be, but I got one, so I'm all good. I got one of the good ones.
I ain't concerned about it.
Yeah.
I got my own, and that's pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, man. Like I don't need to buy no Gibson SG 2018, man. I got mine.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
You know what else
You know
is-
what's pretty cool?
What?
I got a Gibson SG. That's sweet, man.
That's fucking sweet.
Yeah.
You know what SG stands for? Sweet guitar, man.
Perfect. Yeah. Or what else? What do you think is sweet, Aaron?
What I think is sweet are the Moonrocks that we smoked right before we came out to do this podcast.
Yeah, that's sweet, man.
Because I don't know about you.
That's too much.
I'm high as a Georgia pine right now.
Yeah. Well, you gotta take it easy.
I'm higher than Giraffe Pussy on the Eiffel Tower, man.
Yeah. I'm okay.
Well, but you're a more experienced smoker than I am.
Yes.
Like Tony, I get 8th grade high every time I smoke weed.
Yeah.
Every single time I smoke weed, I get 8th grade high.
This is a little hash, dipped in some other hash, rolled in some keef, sprinkled on top of your weed bowl. You know, that's all it is.
It's just a pinch of this,
It's a pinch of this,
a
pinch,
pinch
of that.
You know what else is sweet, Tony? Is this facility.
We tried
that
doing
we're
the
in.
moonwalk on Moonrocks.
Oh, we did try doing the moonwalk on Moonrocks.
Yeah.
I,
We were terrible at it.
I didn't know how to moonwalk before. Can you moonwalk? Because I know you can juggle.
Yeah.
And I
Not as good as Tiny.
you can't juggle as good as Tiny.
not
Tiny,
even close.
the drummer from the Blind Staggers.
Yeah.
Hi, Tiny.
Hey, Tiny.
I saw video of Tiny juggling. We'll put a link for Tiny juggling in the
Yeah, you know why?
description of
Because
this.
that's sweet, man.
Dude, yeah.
Tiny
You know what's
juggle.
sweet?
Tiny
Is fucking
jugglers and
your
magicians,
tiny
yeah.
drummer fucking juggling.
Yeah, Braden's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, Braden's great. He's a great juggler. You know what else is sweet? Is this facility that we're in.
Nug Nation Studios.
We're
Again,
at the
thank you.
Nug Nation Studios here in beautiful Denver, Colorado. This is where the series, the stop motion animation sensation, The Nug Nation is
Sweet.
created. Check it out on the nugnation.com, where cannabis comes to life. They're like little characters that look like Mr. Potato Head if he were made of weed. You know what I mean?
That's a really good description.
And they get into adventures. It's like South Park, but like if
Well,
South
with
Park was made of weed, you know what I mean?
and look like Mr. Potato Head.
And looked like Mr. Potato Head. It's pretty cool. Check it out. That's thenugnation.com.
It's pretty sweet, man.
I do a bunch of the voices on the show.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. It's definitely a sweet fucking show.
There
It's
you
a
go.
sweet gig. And there's sweet digs. And it's mighty sweet of Mike and Dylan to let us come in and use their space to make the podcast.
Look at these things.
I mean, these microphones are great. That camera's got to be worth at least $50,
At least, man.
you know. And
You
you
know
guys
what-
can't see it behind, but we'll take a little footage of the workshop at some point.
Yeah.
From where we're sitting, we are looking into the workshop. It is closed down for the day, but there's a bunch of miniature sets set up for all the various the sweet ass animation that they do here
Sweet animation.
at the Nug Nation. What else is sweet, Tony?
Ted Nugent's Double Live Gonzo record.
That record is pretty sweet.
Yeah, that record's real sweet.
Yeah,
man.
say what you will about Ted Nugent. I personally separate art from artist. And, man,
Yeah.
no matter how you slice it, Ted Nugent is a bad mofo on the git fiddle.
I mean, he's crazy, but
He
he
is?
can sure play
Well,
the
that's
hell out
the-
of a guitar.
That's the thing, man, is like anytime I hear people freaking out about something that Ted Nugent said, I'm like, have you ever seen Encino Man?
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
That's
wait,
like...
how many times are you asking?
I'm asking the very first time you grasped the concept that Brendan Fraser's character was a caveman and was therefore not held accountable to the same standards as the rest of civilized society, right?
Betty Nugs.
Fucking Link is a caveman.
Link.
You only
Linkovich Chomofsky.
like the fact that he was as well behaved as he was, the fact that he was as empathetic and wasn't like murdering people and like
He had the
eating their
bra-
skin and raping everybody.
He had the brain of a dog.
Yeah, the dude was a fucking caveman, right? And you expected cavemanish behavior. People are ascribing way too much civility to Ted Nugent, who is a fucking lunatic. He's a caveman. He's fucking Tarzan, dude.
Yeah.
The guy
he even
used-
wore a loincloth only when he played.
Yeah, and flew onto stage on a goddamn Tarzan vine, man. Why are people getting so worked up about what Ted Nugent says? He's a fucking cartoon character.
I'll say Encino Man and Ted Nugent are pretty fucking sweet.
Oh, both of them are sweet, man. Like, I think they should do a remake of Encino Man and have Ted Nugent play Linkovich Chomofsky's dad.
Yeah, there you go.
So they go back, right? They go to the old house. Like, they're all grown up and stuff like that. So they're what, in their 40s? And Sean what's his fucking name? Sean Astin's character.
Astin,
Brent, what was his name
I
in the
can't remember.
fucking...
It's gonna come to me.
It was Stoney and...
Dave.
Dave. All right.
Dave. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that movie
okay.
was pretty sweet.
Okay. So they go back. Dave goes back, takes his kids. He's like, kids, this is the house that I grew up in. And that's the pool I dug. And he starts getting all sentimental and like him and Stoney haven't talked in several years. So he like calls him and like hangs up. And like they have this like this relationship that's all like strained, right? They have an estranged relationship. And they go back to the house because he's got to sell it because his parents have passed away. And he goes down to the basement and he finds another chunk of ice.
Nice.
And they thaw it out. And the whole movie is trying to get Ted Nugent to link.
Nice.
And then you don't even have to have Brendan Fraser in the movie because it's just like they've lost touch too. Or he could show up at the very end.
Or he just died.
Or he died.
Yeah.
Linkovich died.
He didn't know how a highway works.
And yeah.
Just walked out
He
there.
tried to drive a car and tried to drive it like he did in Radmobile and just fucking got T-boned by a
Radmobile.
semi.
Here's some quarters. Man, that movie was
Hey,
sweet.
you know what's sweet? Radmobile was fucking sweet.
I've never played Radmobile.
You've never played Radmobile?
I played Rad Racer without the glove.
Is Radmobile a real game, or did they just...
I don't know.
Was that a fictional game in that movie?
Radmobile. I don't know.
You know what would be sweet is if someone could tell us, because we really have no idea, and we don't want to break the flow of the podcast by pulling out our phones and looking it up.
No, I'm not doing that.
No, I'm not doing that either. I think people get to watch people looking at their phones enough, and I guarantee there's going to be some people that are watching this on their phones, and it just seems a little tragic to have them watching us on our phones on their phones. You know what I mean? Welcome to Phone Talk.
Yeah,
Today
right,
we're going
Phone
to talk
Talk.
about phones.
All right.
And we're going to watch some silly videos of stuff that happens to people.
We have a beautiful Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus here. Johnny, tell me how much they win.
You know, actually, I think our channel would probably do a lot better if we did product reviews.
Yeah?
Man, have you seen...
This phone is just okay. It works exactly how I need it to.
See,
It's just
maybe that's
fine.
what we should do, is we should start just doing product reviews on whatever's in the room in front of us. That's a unique selling proposition if I've ever heard one.
All right, well, we got Deep Rock Natural Spring Water in a bottle.
What do you think of it?
It's cold. It's wet. It's exactly what I need.
We have a Stanley temperature-controlled, insulated coffee mug here. This is my favorite product that I own, and I'm not even joking. This fucking mug is pretty sweet.
Who the fuck are you selling that to?
No, seriously, Sarah got this for me for a Christmas present,
Aw.
and I covered it in stickers because it's one of my things and I like it. But
That's exactly what I do when I do like something of mine. I don't cover it in stickers.
really, oh well.
Look at my guitar. Look at my body.
Yeah, but I'm opposed. I think I'm opposed to stickers on fine antique guitars like that. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think
I'll put it on my case. That thing gets replaced.
Exactly. It's like an old steam trunk. You know, you put the stickers on the trunk to show where you've been, not on the actual stuff in the trunk.
If I liked my car, I wouldn't put stickers on that either.
See, I like putting stickers on cars. I like letting the people in traffic know what's up. And when I had the van, I did like advertising on it. You know what I mean? It's a gigantic billboard that I pay $1,000 a month for.
That's true. And
Yep.
you wanted people looking at you and in the van. I want the exact opposite.
I really wish that before the van had gotten wrecked, I had gotten a wrap job done here at Ink Monster. I don't know why I never did that. That would have been...
That's not sweet, man.
Wrap jobs are not sweet?
No, wrap jobs are sweet just for getting to do it.
Yeah,
That's not very sweet.
That's not sweet. And you know what? We said we were only going to talk
Only
about
talk about
things-
sweet stuff,
We're
man.
only going to talk about sweet stuff.
Yeah, you know what's sweet, man? Kung Fu.
Kung Fu is pretty
Kung
sweet.
Fu's pretty sweet, man. All them kicks and them high punch jumps and stuff like that, man.
I used to love Kung Fu: The Legend Continues with David Carradine and it was his real life son, right?
I don't know.
I think so.
Getting awfully comfortable, aren't you, Aaron?
Yeah, I am getting comfortable.
Well, maybe we should go on to some news for a little while.
Oh, right, news.
News
Let's
time.
let's talk about some sweet news.
All right, here we go to the news.
News music. Boom, bum, 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 dun, 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 bum, 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 bum. And I assume it's playing right now.
It's playing.
It's playing. That sounds really cool.
It does.
Hey, shout out to Gene Skibbons, our producer extraordinaire for his awesome
right,
sound
Aaron.
effects and mixing abilities. All right, let's talk about some sweet-ass motherfucking Ruckus news.
Yeah, we just played the Punk is Dead show at the Oriental this last Friday.
That was super fun, man. Yeah, let's recap. Let's recap the Punk is Dad show. So what was sweet about the Punk is Dad show to you, Tony?
I thought it was pretty sweet, man. All the bands were pretty sweet.
Yeah, all the bands were sweet. Ned Garth Explosion, the Velveteers, Plastic Daggers, Us, solid lineup, sweet fucking crowd. And I mean that in like sweet and like sweet. They were very sweet people. All the people that were at the show were super beautiful, lovely, just the nicest people. All the bands were super sweet guys.
Pretty sweet bartender too.
Yeah, and we saw a lot of Laura
was
sweet bartender. Tony's wife was bartending, which was pretty sweet. It's a very sweet cause. They raised a lot of money for Dorian DeLong Arts and Music Scholarship.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so, okay, for those of you who don't know, for those of you who might be dropping in our channel, and this is the first video you're seeing, or you might be dropping in on a podcast.
If you're just tuning in.
Yeah, so we did a show this weekend at the Oriental Theater here in Denver, Colorado, which is in its third year. It's the Punk is Dad concert series, and it's a benefit for the Dorian DeLong Arts and Music Scholarship. Just look up Punk is Dad, Dorian DeLong, any of that stuff online. We'll put a link for it in the description here. But it's a scholarship to send a promising youngster to go study art and music and make cool shit in the world. It's great. It's fantastic. It was started on behalf of a really sweet, wonderful guy, Dorian DeLong, who... oh, dude, did I tell you? You remember when we were doing our set and the guy just yelled bath salts at us?
Yeah.
I think it was one of the Matts. I can't remember who it was. It was one of the guys, one of the Punk is Dad guys.
I didn't understand why at
Okay,
all.
he explained it to me after the show. He was like, "Sorry to throw you off with what I yelled up at the stage with the bath salts thing." He's like, Dorian loved you guys, and the way that Dorian got into you was he saw you guys at the Westward Music Showcase when you played inside Broadway's, and he said, before that. And dude, I don't remember this at all. So that just tells you the state of mind that we were all in that day. So basically he was like, there had been a bachelorette party in there before, and there was a gift basket with some bath salts in it. And you grabbed it out of the basket.
You did.
Yes, apparently, and just threw bath salts all over the place.
I don't remember that either.
I don't remember that at all.
Is he sure it's us?
Yeah, that's something that I've been kind of running through my head. I'm going to go ahead and claim it.
Okay.
Since he said it
So
happened.
you definitely did it.
And it is. Oh,
Sweet.
so that definitely happened. Yeah.
It's very fucking possible, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was a pretty crazy day.
Yeah. Very possible.
But anyway, so they told me that. Sweet bunch of guys, really sweet show. All the bands were fucking sweet.
The catering was sweet.
The catering was sweet.
Yeah, big old sandwiches, man.
Oh, dude, have I told you I've made the sharing the catering my new thing? Like, okay, so I had that sandwich tray of like cracker sandwiches up on stage.
Oh,
and I was
yeah,
making
when you're
sandwiches for
sharing it
people.
with the crowd. That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
I started making tiny sandwiches for everyone in the crowd. In fact, the very last time I had 3 cracker sandwiches in my fingers like that. I went to everybody in the front row and I made a cracker sandwich for them. I made a couple people double stacks. In fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I gave away a lot of cracker sandwiches. And then Saturday night, I did a gig with Alpha Schoolmarm Orchestra, Teller Elementary School fundraiser, which was super fun. Packed house at the Bluebird. Really, really, really great show. Super sweet. Sweet bunch of people.
Sweet.
Really sweet cause. But we had a shitload of catering. We had burritos from Illegal Pete's and Twinkies and Hostess cupcakes. And I wore my tiger suit. Okay, you know my tiger costume?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Hard to miss.
Yeah, so the Teller Elementary is the Teller Tigers. So I wore my tiger suit. I filled the pockets with burritos and Twinkies. And I gave them out to the crowd, dude. And like when we were in
Those are some big pockets. How many burritos did you have in there?
I had 2 burritos. Well, okay. I had 2 burritos and 4 Twinkies. And then in the middle of the show, I ran back downstairs.
I wish you would have brought those here right now.
Oh, I know. Doesn't that sound good? I'm going to start putting that on our rider, dude. Just like a box of Twinkies, box of Hostess cupcakes. Just for throwing... Box of what?
A box of burritos.
Boxer briefs. A box of burritos. So, yeah. So I even went down a second time and grabbed some cupcakes and brought them up and threw them out to the crowd. I started thinking, I did that in Germany, too. The first time we played Hamburg, I went and got a bunch of the catering and gave it out to the crowd there, a bunch of the candy and shit. So I'm going to make it part of my thing. I'm like, share the catering with the people. You got to feed the people, man.
And at the same time, you have to ask for more catering.
Yeah. They helped pay for it.
They did.
You know what I mean? Be like, hey, guys, I just want to show you where your money's going. Thanks for the sandwiches. Thanks for the burritos. Thanks for the Twinkies and cupcakes.
I guess that's kind of what the beer nuts do.
Oh, yeah, because they share their beer with the crowd.
Because they fucking have so much beer for the show.
You know who's sweet?
The beer nuts.
The beer nuts.
Oh, yeah, the beer nuts.
Beer nuts are fucking sweet. I can't find
We're the
anywhere
beer nuts. What?
a recording of us doing Who's Got the Yayo.
Oh, yeah.
I can't find
I can't believe you guys knew who they were. That was pretty cool. That's pretty
Well, we only knew who they were because Murphy's Law covered one of their songs. And then you guys talked about going to see the Beer Nuts St. Patrick's Day show, and I didn't end up going to that show, but the rest of the I want to say the rest of the guys went with you.
It's pretty sweet.
Pretty sweet. Cool.
What else is going on in news, Aaron?
So news-wise, let's see. We've got some shows coming up. Hold on.
Yeah? It's not gonna work, huh?
Let's see. All shows are listed.
Fuck the news.
All shows are. You know what's not sweet? The fucking news, dude. I am so sick of the goddamn cock-sucking news, dude. Yeah. It is the biggest fucking unsweet thing.
Hey, you know what is sweet though?
What?
The Hard Times.
The Hard Times is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Speaking of news,
that's my favorite news. Like the sweetest news in the world is always from satirical publications.
That's a terrible way to go about it, though.
I don't know, because
I think so.
I think being informed by satire is better than being completely uninformed, and I think it's probably better than some of the news that goes out from the various outlets. You know what I mean? There's a lot of fucking fake news.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Here we go. You know what's not sweet?
You talking about fake news?
Yeah.
You know what is sweet for fake news? Again, the Hard Times.
The Hard Times.
Yeah,
so
man.
good. It's the funniest thing out there.
Yeah.
Did you see the one?
Good fake news.
The one I just saw recently is punk mom embarrassed to drop juggalo son off at school.
No,
it's
they're
good.
all gold, man.
Yeah, and it shows this old lady just like with purple hair, and she's all pissed off, and her kids in the back seat all fucking juggaloed out. It's pretty good, man.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it is pretty sweet. No, we got some sweet shows coming up. The next one on the books is we're going up to Glenwood Springs. We're going to be playing for our buddy Blake's 50th birthday. That show has been moved to Native Son. We've got In the Whale coming up on July 20th. We've got, and that's going to be at the Mesa Theater in Grand Junction on July 20th. July 21st, we're going to be at the Mile High Parlay.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I don't know about you, that's the show I'm looking forward to all summer. The Mile High Parlay. It's a free open-air event right outside Mutiny Information Cafe at Ellsworth and Broadway. In the middle of the day, we're gonna make some faces bleed up and down Broadway. That's gonna be great.
Cool.
Of course, we got the doubleheader coming up.
Yep.
August 18th, we're playing at New Worst Fest up in Fort Collins early in the day.
Show, yeah.
And then we're rushing our asses down to make sound check for our show with Dio Disciples, the only Dio tribute band assembled and managed by Dio's own widow, Wendy Dio.
So that's the show that Staggers had to turn down then, because it's August 18th.
August 18th. What? Right, but
we're supposed to play with Split Lip Rayfield.
Yeah, no, Damien told me about that. I'm a dick.
You're a dick.
I'm the worst.
No, we just got, it's just the way it works.
It's the Sharon Bandmates thing.
It's the Sharon Bandmates thing.
I do love, I think it's pretty sweet that, like, your brother and your wife, though, like, they've learned how to adapt to it, and they're just, as soon as they hear something, they're like, dibs on Tony.
Exactly.
You want to know why? Because you're pretty sweet
Oh,
with the guitar.
get the fuck
and
outta
you're
here.
pretty sweet.
Oh.
You're a sweet kid. Hey, can I just go back to the Punk His Dad show and just like really reiterate how fucking sweet it was? Like, what was especially sweet was seeing so many of our like friends, man. Like, there weren't many people in that room that night that we didn't know. The whole front row, you know, you had Matt and Eric and Heather and Suzanne and
Joey.
and Joey. Oh, and Joey, you know what's sweet is
Scotty's back.
Scotty's back. Scotty has been found. Those of you who were listening to the last episode heard us talking about a little trouble. Our buddy Joey's son Scotty was going through, and Scotty has been returned, or hasn't been returned home, but is recovering in the hospital, doing quite well.
And today, he kicked Joey's ass in air hockey.
He kicked Joey's ass in air hockey. Well,
And that's pretty sweet.
That's pretty fucking sweet.
All right. Well, that's enough news.
That's enough
That's
news.
enough news. Whoa.
And
I feel like I've been here a while.
I feel like I've been here for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's commentary time, where we're
It is
gonna do a little commentary on one of the songs from our catalog.
Yeah.
And
Special request.
by special request,
Yeah.
we're going to revisit Jesus, Hellraiser Christ off the Thieves of Thunder album.
By request from Simon Belmont in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
That's pretty cool.
That's
pretty sweet.
That is pretty sweet. Pennsylvania is pretty sweet.
All right.
Except Philadelphia. Anyway.
I like Philly.
No, Philly is cool.
Well,
I
let's
like
do it.
Philly,
We're gonna do Jesus H Christ.
So we're gonna do Jesus H Christ.
I remember exactly how this riff came about.
We were at this was during Caveman Days 1, wasn't it? Or Caveman Days 2. Because this was at the old house on Tennyson when the
Me, you, Jerry,
Fatty, I believe, was present.
Ty and
was
Jesse.
present, and Jesse, yeah. And we
a lot of us lived in that place.
I was mostly surfing the couch at the time, but
I thought you had the slop sink room in the basement.
no, that was the Bel Air house.
No.
Or not the Bel Air house, the Bear Valley house.
Oh yeah.
Yes. This was at the house on Tennyson, where the power was shut off, and Excel came to turn the power back on, and they couldn't do it because the meter was malfunctioning, and basically it was the landlord's responsibility to get it fixed, and the landlord refused to fix the electrical due to non-payment. So we just had a standoff with the landlord and basically lived without power or heat for 2 months.
I remember it a little differently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We had an overdue bill, and me and Ty came up with the cash to pay for it because we didn't want to live in the cold. And then a bill that was equally as much came in like a month later, and they shut us off. And me and Ty were like, I'm not paying that shit. I'm not doing it twice.
And why should you?
And so we slept at the Oriental a lot, and
We did. We slept at the Orient. So and this is relevant because we were just at the Oriental.
yeah,
It's
I'm always at the Oriental.
It's an important. I know. Yeah, man.
But yeah, this song came about. Me and Jerry were sitting around, and I was the main riff for this was just like an exercise I was kind of doing.
Just like Slash and Sweet Child of Mine.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like some minor scale practice thing that I had made up.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry's like, "That dude, you should make that a riff and this and that," you know. And I was like, okay, and came up with a little progression behind it, and that's how the song started off. And then everything else after that was just us laughing, making jokes about it. Like, put a really like windy and sweeping, so
Make
with
it
the
sound
intro,
all spooky
make it
and
all
stuff. Yeah.
spooky and metal at the same time.
And we were like going for a Dio type of thing, and I can't remember. I think it was probably just us hanging out, making Byron and Randy jokes, and being like, "Man, you know what the H in Jesus H Christ stands for? fucking Hellraiser, man. That guy's
Yeah, brother.
bad as fuck.
Oh man, goddamn, man, those guys can kick ass, man. All the G's come down from the clouds, man, with like his bandolero belt going on, man. He's got like bullets in there, and then
He's got
like,
a mesh
grenades.
tank top like
Oh,
Sex
man.
Machine from Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh man, he's
Or would you
badass.
say from dusk till dawn? Would that be the right way to say it?
Yeah, from dusk till dawn.
But you'd have to say from because he's the
From.
actor from the
From.
movie. So from dusk till dawn. You got to put an adequate amount of space in
Yeah.
between that. You gotta go from dusk till dawn.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah.
From the hit movie From Dusk Till Dawn.
So this
That would take
is
far.
our religious. This is the psalm of the hymn.
The hymn. You know, I can't remember. Is it on the album or only live where everything that the H stands for does not start with the letter H?
Oh, it's on both.
It's on this too?
The H stands for getting it on and rock and roll is what I say in the studio version.
Okay.
Because that was part of the joke, because we were like, man, you got to say the H stands for, and then something. America, big old tits, dancing shoes. I try to switch it up from time to time at shows. But a lot of times,
I've heard you say motherfucking Taco Bell a lot.
yeah, motherfucking Taco Bell. I say a lot of fast food places. I've said motherfucking Burger King before.
You're usually hungry on stage.
Well,
It's because you give all the catering away.
oh yeah, good point. And it's pretty sweet, I must say. And a lot of times what I'll do is I won't plan it ahead of time, so I'll just in the middle of it go, blackety-blackety-burl. Just,
It all sounds the same to me, just so you know.
And I see people in the audience going, what's he gonna say this time? I rarely plan it out.
What a letdown that is.
But for those of you who ever wondered what I'm saying at that part, I try to change it up whenever possible. So here it is.
Yeah, give us suggestions. I want to see what they would think.
Yeah. So,
Jesus.
motherfucking ba 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 ba. Okay, so give me words or sentences even between 4 and 8 syllables, or either 4 or 8 syllables, and I'll see about working it into a live performance.
Is this
of
a
Jesus
goddamn
Hellraiser Price.
haiku contest you're inventing right now?
Motherfucking haiku contest.
All right, well let's play the song.
All right. So in 3, 2, 1, go. So we had Goldberg take the and get like the misty wind effect, and then there's Tony with that like creeping finger plucking thing.
This is the whole thing. That just one hilarious joke.
It's so literary. Those hits. You can actually, we didn't have a pop screen, and you can totally hear it at that part.
What a stupid song.
This song needs more 3-part harmonies, man.
Yeah. Well,
We
there's,
didn't-
there's more. You can hear it on this side of the headphone. Yep, that's the.
It really took a while for this song to grow on me, I gotta tell you.
Did it?
For a little while, I was like, that was fun and silly and everything, but it's ridiculous. Like,
Oh, it sure is.
too ridiculous for me is pretty fucking ridiculous. Like, if
Good.
it's too ridiculous for Mr. Ridiculousness himself, Mr. fucking finger sandwiches and
No,
jumpsuits.
Mr. Ridiculous is Devin Hester.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
back the fuck off.
You're ridiculous, Devin Hester. That sounds ripping right there. Sounds sweet. Dude, storytelling songs are some of my favorite.
I'm really glad you like that because I like them too.
I love story songs. I love making up tales, man. And that's all this was, is it's like just painting a very silly cartoonish picture.
Of Jesus' Mad Max.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Parker
Yeah,
at the
Parker
high
with the
end.
falsetto in the background.
It's great.
Dude, I wonder.
The H stands for
Rock and roll. I wonder if Goldberg still has the outtakes of Parker getting so mad recording the backup vocals for these songs because we were making him scream these ridiculous falsettos and stuff. And you'd hear these recordings like, this is starting to really hurt, guys. Fucking sucks. Fuck.
Atomic Zombie Hunter.
Atomic Zombie Hunter. Here to mate with your daughter. Christ Almighty, Wasteland Marauder. You know what one of my favorite things is when we do this song live? Is people who haven't seen you before, or who haven't seen us play and don't know our sense of humor, when we go, all right, enough fucking around, we're going to talk about Jesus now.
Yeah.
Like the newbies.
It really catches everybody off guard.
That's for the uninitiated. That's for the noobs, man. The noobs fucking go, oh no.
Solo time. Actually, me and Parker are playing exactly the same speed between those two parts. Ty's the only one that changes, and Logan always plays something different. We're playing the exact same speed.
Yeah, no, I do that. That's you, right?
Hell yeah.
That's a ripper tone.
Thanks, bud. I like that one. So fucking ridiculous.
Now, okay, this is the part of the song that sold me on it. This is our Freebird, you know what I mean? Rock and roll, USA, Tony Lee is totally gay. J-E-S-U-S, Hellraiser, French toast.
It just makes me think of Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was
way over the top.
Do you remember
Way over the top.
Okay, so
stupid.
So
every piece that's written about that is like a parody on like Priest, and then it's a parody on Dio, and it's a parody on Iron Maiden. You know, it's a parody on like Ozzy when in his first part of the solo years. You know,
right. All bands,
but all those bands are fucking sweet,
they're
man.
all fucking sweet.
Every one of them.
That is a very sweet and endearing tribute to some of the sweetest bands of all time.
We should write another one tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Oh, speaking of which, that's something that we're doing that's pretty sweet. Is we're getting ready for our next round of recording.
That's true.
That is true. So yeah, that was. We'll talk about that in a minute. That was Jesus Hellraiser Christ. It's a sweet song. I'm happy to revisit it. It's definitely a crowd favorite.
Yeah, thanks, Simon.
Yeah.
That was fun to talk about.
Thank you, Simon the Sweet.
Simon Belmont.
Sweet Simon. Whatever Simon says, we does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So,
well, that's enough for the commentary.
Yeah, that's enough for commentary. Okay. Okay, so we were talking about the other news, which is that we're going back into the studio here very soon. We're going to do another run of MF Mondays. We just dropped our version of Cold Sweat by Thin Lizzy today, which is fucking pretty badass. We're going to go up and record another 16 of those. Still not even entirely sure what we're going to do. And then we're doing 10 more songs to add to our up-and-coming catalog of our goal of writing 100 songs in the next 4 years. That'll bring us up to 21, I think. 21 new songs, which is pretty fucking sweet.
That's pretty sweet.
It's pretty sweet. Should we do one for the homies?
I think we should.
One for the homies. as we mentioned,
This is your pick, isn't it?
This is my pick.
Well, we can't remember whose pick it is.
Oh, well, no, we decided we're going to start doing odds and evens.
Right.
But I decided it, and it happens to be an even day.
Oh, you got me again.
You got me on a technicality.
So what's your pick?
So there's a sweet-ass band from here in Denver, and I thought of this because I got to see one of the dudes this weekend at our show. As I mentioned before, like, we saw a bunch of cool Denver people. You know, we love, of course, all the people at the Oriental. A bunch of South Broadway folks made it up, which you never see. Corey Healy made it up there. Corey Healy from Mutiny, great stand-up comedian. And another guy that made it out that was really cool to see was Bud Bronson himself, Brian Beer, from Bud Bronson and the Good Timers. How is your real name going to be cooler than your pseudonym? Like, Bud Bronson is a pretty cool pseudonym, but his real name, God-given name, is Brian Beer. The only thing that would make it cooler is if his name was Beer Ryan Beer.
Yeah, he sounds like he was named by Duffman.
Yeah. Hey, this is my kid, Brian Beer. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's a pretty sweet name.
That is a pretty sweet name. We saw Brian Beer this weekend at the show, and we've been trying to get a Bud Bronson and the Good Timers show together for a while. Now that Brian has seen the band, he was stoked, thought it was pretty sweet, and we're going to get together and do a show soon, I hope. So this is a jammy jam off the most recent release. It's they're working on a new album now, but this is off the album Fantasy Machine, which, dude, the cover looks just like a fucking Bob Seger album cover. It's fucking great. So this is off the album Fantasy Machine. This is Bud Bronson and the Good Timers on the motherfucking podcast. Buzzing.
Till the end of time. And sometimes we get wild, waking up in a pizza box. So what we're doing fine. Now we know what we're doing, and we're doing it all the time. Way back when I was just a kid, man, I couldn't wait to live like this. Just one of the guys, just fitting in, just slapping backs and kicking it. Every Sunday I spent watching football with my dad. I was learning about what it means to be a man. So let's all hop on the Coors Light train, the one that's showing football games from the top of Everest down to Union Station. We can party the whole way, then we'll set up the amps and drums and plug in the smoke machine and play the sickest show that Roto's ever seen. And then we'll hit up a Rockies game, way up in the cheap seats, do a beer pong from the upper deck down to Blake Street. Cause I'm living in a beer commercial, minus all the beaches and girls. It's a cold and shallow world, and I'm drowning in it, baby. But I don't wanna talk no more. Vic, give me some big commercial lead guitar. I'm living in a beer commercial, minus all the beaches and girls. I'm living in a beer commercial. I'm living in a beer commercial, minus all the beaches and girls.
that's no good.
That's no good.
Tony just found a can of dust off in the other room.
It's not for me.
See, but they put
It's for my friend.
they put
you.
stuff in they put stuff in the cans now to keep you from doing the dust off.
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's like really all that bad for you. I mean, the dust off is obviously bad
Terrible for you.
I don't know if the additive is better or worse, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying. But they do put something in it that makes it taste horrible, and it's supposed to be a deterrent to keep people from huffing dust off.
It's a bad thing. You can crash a car pretty easily on this.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah.
I hear if you're not careful, you might crash a car if you inhale dust off.
Hey, man, I thought of something else that was pretty sweet.
What else was sweet?
We did those voiceovers for the chapter 2 coming
did.
out. Yeah.
Some of you may have seen the video that we posted last week. We've started doing some more of those behind the front lines of Good Times videos, where we do like little tiny mini documentaries about the process of making our serialized concept album and graphic novel, The Front Lines of Good Times. You can learn more about it by going to patreon.com/MFRuckus. That's patreon.com/MFRuckus. And we went in and we did the voiceovers, the first part of voiceovers for the Front Lines of Good Times Chapter 2. What did you like about it? What was fun about it?
Well, Alex has a great studio, obviously. That was
Right,
really
Alex
comfortable.
Tyler.
Yeah,
Alex Tyler Music. Great
really
home
comfortable
studio.
being, but my favorite one was the improv joke that he made us do, where I bombed real bad.
That shit was so funny. You guys have.
I'm not gonna give it away.
Yeah, it's gonna be really funny though.
But I'm embarrassed by it because it's so terrible.
So we've
Shit
started
job.
doing a lot of stuff with the voiceovers. You may have noticed it on the first chapter if you've watched it that we throw in a lot of stuff where we kind of like break the fourth wall, where from time to time the narration will jump off the script. And what's going on in the comic on the screen is different than what we said in the studio. And that's just a like little fun thing that we add in for you. We had a bunch of those cool moments in this episode. Like if you look in the very first one, there's like Logan says like he needs to take a piss again and he needs to stop or something like that. But in the studio, he talked about having to take a shit. Like that's one thing that we did. You know what I mean? So we had a bunch of those moments that were really great. We were cracking up in the studio. We did a little punch up, worked on the script together right there in the studio.
It's pretty hard to laugh on cue, I found.
It is hard to laugh on cue.
Sounds
Do you want to know what
terrible.
the trick is? Is actually allow yourself to think stuff is funny. Like it's not about pretending to laugh.
That's what Fat Body does.
It's not about what?
He allows everything to be funny. That's why it's so good to tell jokes
dude,
too.
Fat Body will make you feel 100 times funnier than you are. Because you say something that's even remotely funny, and he fucking doubles over, dying, and like,
God damn.
oh
That was
yeah,
a good
you're
one.
like, man. And then you go out into the real world and you try and drop those jokes on people, and they're horrified. You know, they're like,
What's wrong with you?
it's either bad or completely inappropriate. But man, Fatty loves them. But we're gonna be finishing it up, going in with a few friends who actually you mentioned. You mentioned Bill and Ted earlier.
Mm-hmm.
One of the friends that's coming in to help us out is is Jen. Jen, we played her wedding at on Walnut, the fucking where Stripperpalooza was.
Where's Stripperpalooza?
Oh, God, why can't I fucking think of the name of the place? It's been gone, dude. I smoked it out of my fucking brain.
I thought you were going to say Alex Winter or Keanu Reeves.
No. But Jen, who's one of our patrons, one of our Patreon subscribers, she told us years ago when she saw us play with Prong that she's like, are you guys inspired by Wild Stallions? Like she was like, you guys are like the real life Wild Stallions, and I was like, you understand exactly what we've been trying to get across for 20 years.
Yeah, and just like the Wild Stallions, we don't even have really decent instruments.
Yeah.
And we don't really even know how to play.
I
That's
know.
why we need Eddie Van Halen on guitar.
We don't get it either. I guess I'll put you guys on last after Primus. What the fuck was Primus doing on the Battle of the Bands?
Yeah. Well, hard times, man.
Aren't
Coming
Battle
up.
of the Bands supposed to be students? So does that mean that Bill and Ted went to school with Les Claypool and Larry Lalonde and Herb or Tim Alexander?
That's exactly what it means.
So does that mean
And Rufus was the teacher.
were the Primus guys present for their presentation, for their history report? That's what I want to know. Were they in the same class? Because
No, they were ditching class, man. They were way too cool for that, man. They were out fishing and doing stuff, you know.
oh yeah, they were probably fishing, probably taking mushrooms and growing silly mustaches. That was the first concert that Logan and I ever went to.
No.
Primus Punch Bowl tour, Red Rocks with Mike Watt, with my fucking dad, my cop dad.
Was he working or was he just taking
No,
you?
he took us. He took us to our first concert. Like, my dad's thing is he wants to take his kids to their first concert.
Pretty cool.
Dude, he took my brother to see, like, DMX, and he hated it. He hated it. Because my dad doesn't like a lot of rap because he's a cop, and rappers hate
I can't
cops,
believe
you know
that
what I mean?
Mike was at a DMX show, let alone that your brother liked DMX.
Oh, dude. He went...
Clearly.
Oh, yeah, man. Or no, maybe...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, dude,
that's
it was
too
like
much.
the one...
I'm sorry for everybody who doesn't know Aaron's dad or brother, but that is just a
Yeah,
gem.
Merch Dad Mike.
Merch Dad
if
Mike.
if you follow us on our socials, you know who my dad is. Merch Dad Mike, our 65-year young merch guy.
And B. Howell,
Who
the
looks
DMX
like
fan.
Yeah. My dad looks like Alan Alda and talks like Kermit the Frog. He's like, "Oh, hey son, did I tell you this weekend I went and picked up some new Motorhead albums?" My dad just started listening to metal like 5 years ago. Seriously.
man.
And he just got into Dio and Motorhead and fucking Iron Maiden, and he loves Faster Pussycat. He's been on the Monsters Rock cruise like 6 times.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. But my brother is like a skinnier, younger, more cynical version of my dad.
Yeah.
And he like sits around and smokes cigarettes and hangs out with his pit bull Murphy and just talks like my dad. But he's more like, my brother's more like, yeah, having children is one of the most selfish things you can do. You know what I mean? Or he's like, you know, the Illuminati, and on and on and on.
You know.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
cool. No, my brother doesn't talk exactly like my dad. But he
No, they have the same inflection. It's deeper than what you think it is, but you don't sound anything like him.
A little, well, yeah, no, probably not.
No, you don't sound.
I have a little
anything
more
like your dad.
baritone in my voice than they do.
And yeah, but there's so much more to it than that.
Hey, you know what's sweet? Motherfucking family.
Family.
How about it? Family's great. Hey, guys, this has been a really great episode of the podcast. Welcome to the first video version. Let us know what you think, what you'd like to hear us talk about, what subjects we might cover, and make sure to give us a like, share, subscribe, review, all that shit. Yeah, we should probably do something with this little green screen area back here.
Does this work as a green screen?
I think it works as a green screen.
Oh, John, check it out. If it works, well, we're gonna do it in space next time.
All right, yeah.
Thanks to the sponsors before we go.
Oh, yeah. Thanks to
before
all
we
the
go.
people who make this happen. Of course, our friends at the Nug Nation. Look them up on thenugnation.com where cannabis comes to life.
Whenever we say thanks to the Nug Nation, we point at this sticker.
Yeah, yeah.
Right here, that's all.
They can't see it.
They can't.
Thanks,
Nug.
Thanks to the Nug Nation.
Yes.
Thanks to Rocket Space Rehearsal Studios.
Which is where we're going right now.
Which is where we're getting ready to go right now to go practice. Thank you to Matula Plumbing. Matula!
Oh, I got something to tell you about Matula Plumbing.
What?
I'll tell you off the air, but it's this project that Jerry called me about, and it's going to be really, really great. We'll talk about it
It's
next
an
week.
off-the-air project.
Yeah, well...
Okay, I just want to
you'll
let
see.
you guys know, Tony does not like to talk about work in public. He's really weird about it. He's super secretive about work stuff.
Yes, I am.
Like he'll get kicked out of the electricians guild or something. Like there's a
Work?
big
No, there's nothing to do with electricity.
there's a big oak table in the basement of a public house somewhere where all the secret members of the Shadow
Hey, man,
Electricians
hey,
Guild
you're talking out your
meet in
you're
the
talking out your
basement
ass, man.
to discuss
You're talking out your
the
ass.
various
This has to
affairs
do with us
of
playing
the
music for Jerry.
Oh, wait. Oh, with us playing music.
Oh,
for
now
Jerry.
your attitude changed.
Me. It's
Yeah.
about you. Somebody else is trying to talk.
That's it. Podcast over.
All right.
Episode's done.
Hey, guys.
Also thank Mutiny.
Evergroove Studio.
And
Evergroove Studio. Best studio on the planet everywhere. Mutiny Transmissions, a a media service division of Mutiny Information Cafe.
the credits are coming up.
2 South Broadway, Denver, Colorado, and of course the 39 souls, the 39 generous souls, sweet, generous souls on patreon.com/MFRUCKUS who make everything we do so super possible. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. If you're listening on iTunes, yeah, guys, thank you very much. I'm Aaron.
I'm Tony.
And this is the motherfucking podcast. Bye-bye.
You're listening to a Mutiny Transmission.
You can find more podcasts, videos, books, comics, and records online at mutinyinfocafe.com.
Or just stop in the store in Denver and have a coffee sometime.
Guess we're waiting. I'm having a good time. Not. I mean, I can handle it, but it's just me. You know, bailing on me pretty hard here. Now I have 2 microphones. Check me out. This looks like an awful Marge Simpson old lady wig. Or like a fist warmer. Not really a mitten. Like a good fist warmer. Like a boxing guy, but he's in the wintertime. Oh, nope, never mind. He's back.